Time on the track.
I remember one time my grandmother lived next door to us, and the orange extension cord was going through my grandmother's window to our window because we had no lights.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
we didn't have any lights.
Poverty living.
And so we find out, my mom is fussing at my dad and everything. And I remember I said to my cousin, he was in the game, and he was a big old dude. And I said, ain't y'all fussing about the people that be cooking y'all stuff? Because the people was addicts, and the people would kind of skim and steal.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, and he was explaining to me about, that. And I said, well, can you teach me? Because I want to make some money, because I feel like I have to help my mama.
Wow.
And so I remember being in that life, and then in turn, I met and had children with men that was in that life. And it wasn't because I wanted badlies and stuff. When I met Warren, he was in a wheelchair because he had been in a beef and he got shot. Mm-hmm. And the guy I went to school with knew. He said, my friend, he wants your phone number.
Talking about Warren?
Yeah, Warren was sitting in a wheelchair, and I was like, the crippled boy? But I didn't want to not give my phone number to him, and he's looking the whole while trying to see what I'm going to say. I write my phone number down, and then my partner said, y'all want to go to Jeans and get something to eat, me and my friends? So we said, yeah.
So it was coming from rumors or something?
No, we was in a bar. We was in a bar on St. Claude in Ninth Ward.
Okay.
So we go to Jeans. Well, before we go to Jeans, we roll out, and then he hit the thing to pop his trunk, and he get up so they could put his wheelchair. And he said, how you thought I was crippled?
Nigga straight gangster. he in the streets heavy. When the people come, he taking
So
he
was. Then he told me, I got shot. Sometimes my leg hurts.
Oh, all right.
So when I have to go places in a long time, I'm in a wheelchair. So he liked me because I gave him my phone number, and I didn't know
that he wasn't in the
wheelchair. And
that was real.
So the thing with Warren was, the door got kicked in. He got busted. He had already put a record out. He had a record called "They Was Jealous," and it was about the police harassing him. And on the flip side of that record was the Ghetto Twins. They was the Devastating Twins. They had a record called "Let the Rhyme Go."
Right.
And this was 1988.
Damn, you going back.
So
you got the history.
So he go.
You said it wasn't even 5.
He get busted. So he have $1 million bond. They want a cash bond.
For Warren?
Yeah, it took him 30 days to raise that $1 million, and when he got out.
Hold on. They came up with $1 million?
What?
Facts.
Shit.
Did they? It took him 30 days. He sat in jail 30 days, and
Boy.
when he came out of jail, he said he wanted to change his life. He wanted to focus more on the music, because you start understanding that you really can't beat the people.
Yeah.
So we are going together. By this time, I'm pregnant, my second baby.
Your daughter?
My daughter. So he was saying he liked, was it So Horny? Where the lady going,
so horny.
So he wanted to use that part. And he used to be in his club. He had 2 clubs, Mark IV and Club 88. He would be in the club singing either to When I Hear Music, It Makes Me Dance, or to Too Short, I Ain't Tripping. He would be doing the You Make Me Nasty, You Make Me Want Some, and would be calling out people's signs. But he wanted to make this record, and he wanted to call it Get It Girl. So I wrote his 3 verses.
Right.
I didn't write the "You Make Me Nasty." I didn't write the "Is it Aries? Is it Taurus?"
Yeah.
That was all him because that was something he used to do. He was always an original crowd rocker. But yeah, I did "Get It Girl."
Right.
That was 1989. By 90, Atlantic wanted to put that out, but they wanted an album. So then I wrote "Backing Out the Game," "Gotta Be Real," and "Stop Jocking" to go on this album. And then I think Renee Ezel and Joe wrote the rest because I want to say he had like 11 or 12 records on the album. But yeah, same way like I said when I talk about Soulja Slim.
Right.
I know people talk about the things they say he
was
did.
into, yeah.
I watch that on YouTube a lot, and people be saying the guys that actually ran with him, and I just be like, wow, because what I knew was me and him talking about books and talking about songs.
So you looking at that like, nigga lying up.
No, I don't feel like
just
you're
that I don't know him like that.
It's just
Yeah.
that, like, at the end of the day, I think people speak too much off of hearsay, and they run their mouth and go off a lot of what they heard other people say about people. And because I came up in a time where you need to know what you're talking about
To be talking.
before you say anything about anybody.
So what she's saying there, you might know him and you saying stuff, but by him being his friend this much, you so far from the person he really was.
Right.
Even though you didn't heard all that shit you been hearing,
Right.
you putting your little own woo on it, you so far away from this
But
But
person.
you know, look, it's not that I even want to take anything away from
Anything.
anybody who know you in another light. It's
Right.
people that know you totally different from the
True
young
that,
man
true
I'm
that,
sitting here
true
with.
that.
It's people that know MEANA totally different from how I know MEANA.
Right.
But if I'm ever asked to speak on MEANA, I can speak on everything that Partners in Crime brought to the game.
Right.
And I make this joke. I always say MEANA. When I think of UGK, because I knew them from when they were young too, but I always say, MEANA is like the Pimp C, because MEANA, what I do remember, he always spoke his mind, spoke up for the group, and I remember Kango really being more on the creative side. And I would always say Mr. MEANA is necessary because he's going to stand up and argue about what's fair for the group.
Oh,
Right.
he been arguing.
Yeah, I've been all good.
That's why y'all all the time with me. He been arguing.
But at the same time, it's people probably could tell you dangerous or other types of things about MEANA, but we didn't have that personal rapport.
right.
But it's not to take away from.
Right. It wouldn't be like somebody lying or whatever.
Yeah,
like, it's
'cause
just the way
I
you
can't-
know him.
if somebody say they've been in some real gangster stuff with Soulja Slim, Warren,
Right.
whoever, I only know the stuff that I know based on what I was there and interacting with you on.
Right.
And so I only speak on what I know. I heard a lot of things. We all heard a lot of things, but I'm from an era where, see, I wouldn't be getting shanked in jail.
Right.
'Cause I
One of the old law.
yeah, I'm not about to be saying, oh, yeah, he this, he that, he did that. And I hear a lot of that in
Right.
today's time. People just really just go off of something and they like build a whole character off of like the hearsay. I choose not to do that.
When you know a person like that, do you agree with their punishment that they getting from the way the other people know, just what they been convicted of? For as let's see, murder Corey Miller as your real partner.
Yeah, well, Corey Miller is innocent.
Right.
Right, yeah.
He shouldn't even be in jail. But I can only go off what I know.
Right.
So now, if the people that laid out all this evidence and they sentence how they sentence, the law is the law. But in my heart,
That's what I'm saying.
I'll always hold just what
Right.
I know. And
I think that's fair.
you until you show me something else, I can only go by what I know. I can't call somebody a this or that,
Right.
especially if I know them in a way. Now that's not to say people we don't know and all we see is the news and the evidence, we
Right.
have to roll
You
with
gotta roll
that.
with that.
But when we personally know people,
Right.
you only know how you interact with somebody. You know,
Right.
and a lot of people that I've interacted with, I've heard real gangster Dodo for another one.
Right.
Like, so all we talked about was music and how
Hold
good
on, who you said?
Dodo.
Dodo.
Tough guys.
How
Cali,
good
yo.
we felt Mr. Marcello was.
Right.
Like Mr. Marcello, I think he writes really good. He's a great storyteller. And we used to talk about that. And we used to talk about what his plans was for Tough Guys. I had no idea, especially I'm in the 7th ward, so things that's going on uptown, I'm oblivious.
They ain't getting to you.
I had no idea. You know, you hear it now. Even like when Marcelo's telling stories, and I'll be like, wow. And then I do come off like a lame, because here I go in the comments, he was such a nice guy.